Now there's a couple of layers to this video, so please wait to the end because it will all come together and you'll see how life shit on me and knocked me off carnivore. Before I get into that detail, I'm just going to very briefly go through how I got onto carnivore. I'm not going to go into major detail. I've already got a video that I've done about how my first year of carnivore went, and I'll link that at the end of this video if you're interested in more detail. But in May 2023, I came across some carnivore videos on YouTube, and they sort of sparked interest. So some people like Lily Kane came up, Canberry did come up eventually, there was Home Headstead, and I started sort of learning a bit about carnivore, and it sort of made sense, but going against what we've learned all our life and how we should be eating, it just seemed, I'm not sure. But in July 2023, I got bit in the ankle by a horsefly. In a couple of days, it got infected, and then I had to go to the hospital. So there, they, of course, thought I was just going to get antibiotics, but they did some checks, and they found that my blood pressure was through the roof. It was past stage 3 hypertension, and pretty serious. So they put me on some medication, and when I got back home, I thought, I'm just going to give carnivore a go, going through what I've learned and all these people's stories and how their health has improved. It's either going to kill me or heal me. So I decided to make the plunge and go carnivore. That was the best thing I ever done. The health benefits were amazing. The weight I lost, my blood pressure went back to not just to normal, but better than it was before. And it's the best thing I've ever done. But unfortunately, life has a way of throwing things at you, and caused me to fall off the bandwagon. So February this year, there was 2 incidences. There was redundancies where I work. So I work at a fibre optic company where we do fibre to the home, and I was the lead fibre engineer, or the supervisor, who I had a team under me, and of course in our department there were cabling guys who ran all the ducts and put the fibre through for our team to splice, terminate, and get areas live for the service. So apparently we spent too much money and we had to make cutbacks, but it was majority office staff that were let go. There were 3 supervisors within our build team, 2 who looked after the cablers, and myself, who looked after the fibre engineers, and they wanted to whittle it down to 2. Well, logically, you would think one of the cabling supervisors would be the ones, but unfortunately they were gunning for me because my salary was a bit higher than theirs because of the skill set and what we did. But I kept my job. I took a bit of a pay cut. I had my job title changed, so I wasn't a supervisor anymore. I was just a senior. We already had a senior who was under me at the time. So there was 2 seniors now. And we continued the next 6 months, but we did things differently. Instead of it being direct dug, we were using existing infrastructure, so open reaches infrastructure, to put our services in. And of course it's a lot slower, and there could be problems and blockages and collapsed ducts. And of course we had a certain target we had to hit every month on how many homes would be released for service. And the first 2-3 months we were doing fine, and then of course we had some difficulties that caused setbacks, and then 6 months later we were all called in. There's about 50 of us within the build team, and we were all at risk of being made redundant. So these events, and something I've learned about myself by the looks of things, is that I'm an emotional eater that I didn't think I was before. And just because of the stress of it all and the situation, I just was going for the bad food, the junk food, the chocolates, the cakes, pizzas. Though Mum generally still was eating meat, I just felt like I needed something to make me feel better. And as sugar does, it's an addicted food. You tackle it, and it's just automatic. You don't even think, just go for it. But there's a domino effect from my redundancy, is that I'm having to sell my house because we can't afford to stay here anymore. That was another stress. We're having to downsize. 8 weeks later, I'm still looking for a job and just having no luck. I've had a few interviews and just not getting anywhere. I even had an interview at the job I was doing before I started this job, exact same job before I left there, and I didn't quite get it. Someone internal got it. Apparently I was close, but it's been really hard. And for people who follow me, they probably noticed I've been off the radar because just not felt like filming. It's not been my priority. Luckily, we sold the house fairly quickly within a couple of days, and we found somewhere that should fit our sort of, not lifestyle, but just how we're living at the moment. The space isn't too bad, even though we're downsizing, and hopefully we're going to be saving quite a lot of money a month because of this. But it's just been difficult trying to get a job, and it's just really knocked me off Carnivore. It's just, and I can feel it. After 8 weeks, I'm a lot more tired, a bit more just slouching, groggy, and just generally struggling, even though apparently my smartwatch says I'm sleeping okay. I just don't feel so fresh, so energized. And I've put quite a bit of weight back on. I've put 14 pounds, roughly 14 pounds back on, so about a stone. And yeah, it's just been hard. It's just been difficult. But this week I've almost sort of, I think I've gone through the process, almost like a grieving process. And I think this week I've really now tried to knuckle down and wean myself off all that crap and get myself back onto Carnivore and get clean and feel that I can come on here and maybe tell my story. Other people might have had the same problem or similar, where some things in life has kicked them off their horse as such, and you're not being clean carnivore. You may have stopped it completely, or maybe you're just eating crap in between. And I thought it'd just be good, I think, for me and for others, just for me to share the story and explain why I've not been putting this content on. And it'd be nice to hear from you, and see, if you had a similar situation, tell your story. Yeah. At the end of the day, we're a community, Carnivore community. It's good, almost to be in service with each other and help each other. And it'd be nice just to hear from you and help each other out. You know what? I might even put my email address at the bottom on this video. And actually, if anyone wants to come on the channel and talk and tell their story, that'd be great to connect with people and have chat. And hopefully this will help others going through it, or even if you've gone through it and you've made it to the other side and you're back on Carnivore and life's great again. I know things will be fine again, but it's just this period is a difficult period. And really, I just want to get a job, just so I don't want things to get worse. Because even though we're downsizing and that, there's only so much my wife's salary can handle, and my redundancy money runs out probably within a month. Just being able to get a job, and maybe it's just this time of year, Christmas, that it's difficult. But no. So yeah, glad to hear from you guys and get some comments. And of course, this might affect my channel, because my long-term plan, my channel, was to grow to a certain point that I could pull myself away from, part-time maybe, or working, and focus more on this, and bring the improvements that I want to bring in, and the content. But I can't do that without you, and that helps me really, because it's free. If you can subscribe, that just helps me out as well to get where I want. And yeah, well, thank you for listening, and yeah, hope to hear from you guys. Please leave a comment. It'd be great to connect, and yeah, see you on the next video. Thanks.